Hello and welcome to a World of Tanks 8.6 update video. This update was all about SPGs, and from the couple of games I've played so far, I must say my overall opinion is that I'm personally not too in awe of the update, probably mainly due to the fact that they haven't actually done anything in terms of normal tanks. And the thing is, from the games I have played, people have been saying, do you like the update and stuff? And pretty much the general consensus, apart from people in artillery, are saying, no, I don't really like it too much, because this could be down to the fact that SPGs maybe are slightly in minority compared to tanks. So there's probably more people playing in tanks than SPGs, so people in tanks probably feel a bit left out, feel like, well, haven't they changed anything for us? But they have done one thing, I will tell you that. They've added a tier 5 British premium heavy tank called the Excelsior, I think I said that right. And it's pretty much on par, I suppose, with the Churchill 1, for example, Churchill 3, I would think. And again, it's got the typical British guns, I think, pretty good rate of fire and good aiming time, but probably low alpha damage, although I don't actually have it up on screen here, so I can't tell you too much about that. But the main thing they have done is, I'll show you the tech tree. They've basically made it in, because before you obviously know that arties only went up to tier 8, so in fact arties were kind of like 2 tiers behind. So if you had like a tier 4 arty, for example, like the grill, it would basically be on par with like a tier 6 tank of the same area kind of thing, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, but you can see they have added more arties. There's one here which I can't remember what the SPG there was actually. It was something different, I'm sure, but it does look pretty good. It's ridiculously fast for some reason, like 50 kilometers an hour. In fact, if you were skilled enough, you could probably use that as a tank destroyer. I don't see why not. If you can get some good camouflage, because it looks pretty small, if you can hide in a bush somewhere, and you're going to be doing 500 damage, then yeah, I would imagine that you probably could use that as a form of a tank destroyer. Of course, you can't zoom in as much. But yeah, that would be an interesting one to try. We'll definitely do a video on that one at some point, because it does look quite good. The grill has been replaced by this tier 4, although I say replaced, but the grill is obviously still here. It has just been moved up to tier 5, and we have got the SPG Panzer something, and that again looks pretty good. It's a bit weird, it looks like it's got a turret, but then it just says traverse speed. It doesn't say anything about turret traverse speed. Oh yeah, turret traverse speed 10 degrees a second, so maybe it does actually have a turret, but it doesn't seem to say anything about. They would probably mention it has a turret, but I'm not sure. It looks like it has some good angle anyway. But yeah, the grill, not much to say about that. It's exactly the same thing. They haven't actually updated the SPGs, I don't think, in terms of they haven't actually made the grill better, because they've just moved it up onto the same tier. So for example, I was in the game, and I think they've still got a few problems to sort out, but basically arties are going to be on the same tier as like the highest tier tanks in that game. So again, that's probably one reason why people might not be too impressed, because they're probably thinking, what is a GW Panther doing in the tier 7 game? It's just going to own all of us because it's going to like one-shot us. But they have kind of balanced it out. I'm not 100% certain, because so far the matchmaking with arty seems to be ridiculous. I've had plenty of games where I've had like 4 arty on each team, all at the same tier and stuff, and I'm just thinking we're just going to get owned. In fact, I haven't actually been killed by arty in these couple of games I've done, but I've noticed I have had like 4 arty shells just coming for me, and luckily I've just moved in time. So it is going to be interesting, I must say that. But what is interesting is you've got the GW Panther and you've got the GW Tiger P, and from what I've seen, this is supposed to have better armor, which, if we just compare the two here, I've got to say the GW Panther still looks better in terms of looks. Apparently the actual damage, I think, is supposed to be roughly the same, although I probably doubt that. Yeah, this one does do more damage, it's probably got a bigger gun. But yeah, this one is slower, which I personally think faster for an SPG is better, because 100mm hull armor, I mean, it's an SPG, who cares about armor on their SPG? Although, okay, you might bounce a few shots, but anyway, if you get in tier 8 games, 100mm of frontal armor isn't going to be too much of a problem. So basically all they've done is put more armor on the GW Panther to make it GW Tiger, which has just slowed it down and pretty much made it kind of pointless in a sense. So I'm not sure. That would be interesting nonetheless. It will also do more damage, but I don't think the armor and the lack of speed is going to really do much for it. But there you go, that is the tier 8 arty so far. So we've got the GW Tiger, which is the non-P edition. And this suddenly has no armor whatsoever. It looks kind of the same. Yeah, it kind of does, but you can tell it doesn't quite have as much armor. And yeah, damage is the same. I'd imagine, yeah, slightly faster rate of fire, I'd imagine that would be correct. Yeah, basically it's just an upgrade over the GW Tiger P, I suppose, so that's interesting. But the GW E100 is like the tier 10 of the German arty. And again, that's doing insane amounts of damage. Hull armor, the GW Tiger P does look a bit out of place because the armor just gets, yeah, they kind of get rid of the armor going on from that, so it seems, yeah, not too much. They were going on about it in like the kind of press release, article release, about it having more armor, but I don't think most artillery players are going to be bothered by that, but we'll see. But anyway, it does look interesting. This is pretty fast. Again, it's not going to take much to kill it. Probably one hit, I think, would do it. And it is based on the E100 chassis, which you can kind of tell from that chassis part down there from the picture. And then it's also just got an arty gun mounted on the top. And I think that's just about all I have to say. There are obviously more like SPGs out here, but I don't have time to review all of them. I may quickly take a look at these Soviets. I know they've added a couple, and you can see that like that for one looks new, and I think kind of the Soviet ones are quite lowly armoured at the beginning, and yet they've also added a couple in. The SU-8 is pretty beefy arty there. And apart from that, there's a lot to show you. I'll just show you the Object 261, which I can't remember. It could possibly already like be in here, could have just been moved up. I'm not 100% sure because I can't check straight away. But 510 hit points, so it's got less than German. It is faster though, it's got a better traverse speed, and it has got on par armor, I'd say, but armor I don't think matters too much. But there you go, this was based on the IS-7. I'm not sure what the IS-7 looks like actually. I'm sure it looks slightly different. Yeah, that's the IS-7. They don't look that similar actually, from the looks of it. I suppose chassis, yeah, I suppose it could be based on the same chassis, it's just not got the armor in that sense. But anyway, thanks for watching my World of Tanks update video today, guys. I didn't go into too much detail, I don't think. I will be doing a couple of games in some of these early tier arties when I can get them, just to show you what some of them are like. I hope you did enjoy it. I know I didn't play anything, but there you go. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you did enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.